Now, this wouldn't be the investor show if I didn't ask you this next question. I looked up on Celebrity Net Worth. They said you was worth about somewhere between the 75 to $150 million or whatever the case may be. I don't know how accurate that is, but it doesn't matter. The next question I got for you, with all the coronavirus going on, the stock market crash, and all the good stuff like that, I got to ask you, what are you investing in?
Great question. So today, there's going to be three different businesses, three different types of businesses. You got those who are going to go out of business, shut down, those who are just going to survive, and those who are going to come out stronger. Okay, so shut down, survive, come out stronger. During this time, here's what is going to happen. It's very important for me to show this to you because any other way, it won't make sense. Okay, let's say A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So let's just say you are competing in a market for any industry. This is what your competitors look like. Everybody has their own market share. If you notice, G has the biggest market share. Okay, G has the biggest and A is the smallest. And this is what it looks like. Let's just say you're a restaurant, maybe you're a real estate agent, and G is the best real estate agent, and A is an average real estate agent, whatever industry it may be. This is pre-coronavirus. Here's what it's going to look like post-coronavirus. Okay, post-coronavirus, this is what happens.
We're getting a lesson here from Valuetainment itself, live on air.
Here's what happens. This is pre. All these companies are in business, but G, E, and C went out of business. And now here's what it looks like. A now got a bigger market share. B stayed about the same size. D got bigger. F became massive. How did that happen? Maybe G was sloppy with their money. Maybe C wasn't focused and they panicked. Maybe E decided to sell themselves out to F because they were just worried if they're going to survive. So they just said, F, come and buy us on 50 cents on a dollar. But no matter what happens, this is going to take place. Warren Buffett just announced yesterday he owns 11%, I believe, in Delta, 10% in Southwest and American. I believe it's like 9% in United, one of those things. He sold all his shares in all the four airlines. He was a 10% owner on all those airlines. He sold all of his shares yesterday. The market's down, obviously, with the airlines today. I think Delta's down $1 or something like that. And that's a big number on 926. He sold his shares. So what happened there? What's going to happen to these airlines? I can tell you what's most likely going to happen to these airlines if the government starts bailing them out. One of them is going to go out of business. Somebody else is going to buy them on discount. Somebody else who's got more money and more cash is going to pick those guys up. What I'm investing in today is those companies in my marketplace who didn't have savings. I'm recruiting their talent. Their talent that would be worth $250,000 in a good economy is worth 170 right now during a bad economy. Today, in a marketplace like this, I'm investing on buying other small businesses and softwares. Why am I buying other small businesses and softwares? Because I'm making my pie bigger. So I'm not necessarily buying a stock in Amazon or stock in those kinds of things, although I'm doing that as well with my own investment portfolio. I am more growing my base with the thing that gives me the biggest return, which is the company I'm building. That's what I'm investing into. Now, as far as money goes and investment goes, there's a few things you got to be looking at. There's a lot of talk about gold standard, gold standard, gold standard. What if we return to gold standard? What if we return to gold standard? What's going to happen if we return to gold standard? Some say it's going to happen. Many say it's not going to happen. I think one ought to think about a little bit of gold right now, because if we do end up going to gold standard and the economy goes bad for the next 6, 12, 18 months, if we do go to gold standard, gold ain't going to go to gold standard at $1,800 price. It may go to $3,000, $5,000, $6,000. Say it goes to $10,000. You're going to want to have a few pieces of gold for that to take place for you, no more than 5% of your portfolio. And then meanwhile, a lot of people think this market's going to come back up very quickly. We've been printing money so much, this quantitative easing of just constantly print money, print money, print money, print money, print money. The more you print money, gold does better and certain investments do better. I'm a guy that's a mutual fund guy. I'm a stock guy. I own a lot of stock. I own a lot of mutual fund myself, a lot of it. But I also know that you got to also see what's going on with money right now. You cannot just fabricate these interest rates, negative interest rates, or 1% interest rate. You know what means with interest rate. This is how interest rates work. If this is interest rates, and this is property value, okay? When interest rates are lower, property value is higher. Okay. If interest rates go higher, okay, property value is going to go what?
Damn.
Lower. So if today $1 million home, if $1 million home today is worth $1 million because interest rates are nothing, if interest rates go up, that property value is going to drop to $700,000. Interest rates have to go up in the next few years. If they go to 5%, realtors are taking a big hit, loan officers are taking a big hit, mortgage bank, title reps. Real estate's going to take a massive hit. So for somebody that's looking into that side of it as well, if you hang tight a little bit, a lot of good opportunities of real estate are going to come out here very soon. But those rates are not going to stay where they're at. They have to go up. If the rates stay low for too long, insurance company cannot withstand it. A lot of people, a lot of industries cannot be around for low interest rates. So oil prices dropped -37 in a day where they're giving away the oil. We can't handle that. We can't handle interest rates being very, very low. We cannot handle constantly printing paper. All of these things are getting together for an explosion. I was looking at the Dow today, 23,300 points means nothing. It's all fake 23,300. None of it is real. It's all manipulation of the market. You cannot manipulate the market for too long. How many cycles of steroids and growth hormone can your body take? For how long? If you're fully juicing all the time, maybe 6 months, say 12 months, maybe bodybuilders, even bodybuilders. I have bodybuilders as guests here, people who almost Olympia with me who sit right here when they're talking to me. They can't be on GH and growth hormone and steroids for too long. Their body has to have some kind of a break. Our economy right now has been on GH and growth hormone for 10 years. Eventually, the body's going to break down. And you just have to be prepared for it. So it's nothing crazy has happened to the market yet, just so everybody knows. The Dow was at 28. It's at 23. That's nothing. Nothing.
Well, what do you got to say to the people that say, well, we did have a dip to 18,000 last month. Well, in March, we had a dip.
Not until we put $3 trillion back into the economy. Yeah. We put $3 trillion back into the economy. That doesn't mean businesses grew. Look, just because we put $3 trillion into the economy, that doesn't mean companies grew. Companies didn't grow. Yeah, some of the companies like Amazon and Walmart and some of the essentials, yeah, fine, they did. The non-essentials, how many non-essential industry do we have? Many of them. They didn't necessarily grow. They took a hit, but they took some money because they got bailed out. That doesn't mean they grew. So it's fake growth that you're looking at. You have to be very prepared for what's about to happen. And by the way, Warren Buffett doesn't sell 10% of his airline, 4 airlines that he owns. And this is how he said it. We just feel travel industry is going to be, not going to be recovering anytime soon. But look, here's what I will tell you. We're also not saying that it's a bad investment. We've just decided to get out of it because the money that we invested, we've made our returns, we made our money back, and we think it's time to move on. Very political answer to give because he doesn't want to hurt these guys long term. But watch what happened. Don't be surprised if 18 to 24 months from now, when airlines hit really low, they go and buy 30% of these companies. Why? We're going to be traveling 3 years from now. We just may not be traveling like we were before in the next 6, 12, 18 months. We eventually are. So pay attention to the airline industry for the next 6 to 18 months. They're going to go lower than what they are today. I would assume so. But a lot of this manipulation stuff that we're doing with the economy just to get the economy going, it's not going to last a long time.
Okay. So you spoke about you're going to grab into small businesses, right? You didn't really touch on real estate too much. You spoke about gold. That's pretty much what we got from Pat David. That's how you look at the economy and investing.
I think real estate hasn't hit the low yet. I would hang out on real estate.
Okay.